Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about an important concept that my friend taught me a few days ago, and that is seeing the good in people. And I know it kind of like sounds obvious. Obviously, you have to, maybe you would simply, yeah, what that I mean by that is like treat people with respect and such. But a lot of times, people can do kind of like, at first glance, they don't seem like good people. But if you really get to know them, then they're definitely gonna be better than you think. Because the same friend that told me he's my best friend, um, I'm gonna be honest. Like when we met in sixth grade, he was not acting like a good person. He always insulted me. He I wouldn't say always, but he insulted me often, and just acted rude. And despite that, I still wanted to help him out, and I helped him with his schoolwork. And over time, he started acting better and better. He realized that he was in the wrong, and he tried to improve, and he improved drastically. And I'm really proud of him for that. And now he's reached a point where he basically is nowhere near the level he was when I first met him, right? And I'm really happy to see how he changed. And although if if I just looked past him, like because initially he wasn't a really good person at the time, I if I didn't see his potential, if I just dismissed him and said, "Oh, you're not a good person. I don't want to talk to you," then I would never be his best friend. But guess what happened? I am. He's my best friend, and I'm really happy that I actually, you know, got to be got to be his best friend, and we still are. And he kind of reinforced me on that when he said, "See the good in people." And when it was like in the context of college, right? Because there's gonna be a lot of different people that I'm gonna see, and there's gonna be a lot of these cliques, groups of people where they probably don't seem like the best people at first glance, but perhaps there's something internal that we don't recognize of them, and if we're able to, you know, see past the um, bad things about them, we'll actually could see their actual good character, and I think that's really important. And that's the same reason as to why I am actually best friends with my friend now. It's because, like I said, the idea of knowing that someone could change, it takes a lot more effort than, just saying that, oh, I'll change and then boom, like that. No, it takes time, and it definitely took time for him. But he got to a point where he fully regretted what he has done, and sometimes I do bring it up, not to like tease him, but I don't know. I just sometimes kind of do joke around saying, "Wow, you used to be so mean to me," just jokingly. Um, but obviously, I'm grateful for how he has changed, and it's a really good thing. And the important thing when it comes to college, I want to add on to this. Um, if you're hanging out with a particular group of people who tend to, not seem good, or like they do like naughty stuff, for example, it's important not to get influenced by the negative aspect, and that's also what my friend told me. Same friend. He said you could, if you know you're not getting influenced by them negatively, then try to actually improve them yourself, right? Try to help them out. Um, because if you shouldn't get influenced by them negatively, because instead of you helping them out, you're just gonna become worse yourself. So, and if they're actually unable to just um, help that themselves, themselves, they just can't, and they constantly um, you know, destroy their own selves, then I think that's when, at least, like, when all help is futile, that's when I think you need to take a step back and just understand that there's some people who are just really hard to change, that it's not worth your time and effort. And the idea I'm saying behind, helping others is just, um, it's, really wholesome to just lift someone up from, when they reach rock bottom, or when they're just like in a bad state, which is what I have done early on during middle school with my best friend. And I think we can always do that to other people, right? So, and I think it's really important to realize that what how someone may seem from the outside is not quite what it actually is. And if you know someone has the potential, someone has the virtue to change, has the capacity to change in general, it's we should help them out. We should help them out. It's common human courtesy to do so, and I think it should be done more. Just to Because there's a lot of people who are struggling, and we don't necessarily realize the specifics about that. And if we could help people kind of break out of that shell, where they're trapped inside a bunch of hardship, and just in general they're just not doing great at all, then I think it's only necessary to just help them get out of this situation and do the best for them as much as we can. So that's kind of what I want to talk about, and that's the kind of the advice that I guess I learned over the years, and also what my friend told me specifically. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you have a great rest of your day.